we left off last week, we did the left side of the truck or the driver's side. So then now this week we're gonna do the passenger side here and just continuation. So let's turn the camera around here and let's see what is on this side. Okay, so in the bumper side of this side, we have a large shackle. There's like a medium-sized shackle or clevis. I call them shackles, some people call them clevises. There's a hitch in here with a 2-inch ball for towing trailers. There's a cable come along right there with a double purchase. That doesn't get used all that much, but sometimes you need that over the chain one. There's a shovel because sometimes you gotta dig stuff. And then this is one of those 1.5 ton Daytona aluminum racing jacks from Harbor Freight. There's the handles for it. The thing is super handy, so it will not lift this service truck, but it's super handy for like cutting edges or like if you gotta rebuild a wedge lock, the wedge, lifting belly pans, that kind of stuff. So that won't lift like heavy stuff, but it'll lift pretty good stuff here. Crane controls are in here, lifting straps, you know, lifting eyes, that kind of stuff's in there. So then on this side above the tire, I've actually done quite a bit of work in here. So I've had these 3 kits, but I wanted to show I had the multiplex kit. So I wanted another one of these boxes. So I've been getting these boxes from Cat. Sometimes they're hard to get. They're out of stock or whatever. But these boxes, they went from like $42 to like $63. And you have a hard time getting them. I went to order another one and it wasn't available. So what I did is Cat doesn't make these. So I did a bunch of research on the internet and I found this, which is, I found it from Grainger. It's called like Flame Blue. But it's identical, it just, the color's different. So like if you look at it, it's literally the exact same thing, it's just not yellow. And the lid is clear. But I'm like, oh well. So I found them at Grainger. I'll put the part number down if anybody wants to know. I found them at Grainger for 43 bucks. So it was $20 cheaper than the Cat one and it's just not yellow. But like you can even tell, like look at this, this looks the same, the handle looks the same. The inside's the exact same, it's just, it's gray with a clear lid instead of yellow. So I figured that was fine. So I moved my multiplex kit into here, which is like the GM connectors. So then this is the amp seal kit. This is a weather pack kit. This is miscellaneous wiring, so basically anything else. There's wire in here. There's like other terminals and connectors are in here. This is the multiplex kit. And then this is like butt connectors and stuff. So then what I did is I was gonna move everything from here into these little pack outs, but it just, I like pack outs, but they're not the most space efficient storage, if you know what I mean. So like I got this DeWalt organizer that I've had this thing, I don't know, for a few years now. And it's got O-rings, it's got light bulbs, and it's got air fittings. So to put this into the pack outs, I'd need 3 of these at $30 a piece. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave this. This is fine. And then what I did is I moved the screws and the rivets into this short little pack out. So it's screws and rivets in there. This is JIC and other plugs and caps. This is O-ring face caps and plugs. And I didn't buy these. These were in the garage. And I had an issue with the caps and plugs not fitting. So I was like, I'm just going to take these out. I did add this one though. This is a Cat O-ring kit. And you can see this is probably from Flame Blue too, because like the colors are the same with the opaque lids. But this is a Cat O-ring kit. So we basically don't really have any Cat machines anymore. We only have like 3 Cat machines left. So this doesn't get used all that much, but I still like to keep it. And I mean, just because it's Cat doesn't mean you can't use them. It's just O-ring face and O-ring boss and stuff. So let me put this back here. Everything kind of fits in here nicely, but it doesn't like to fall out, which is good. Here's the John Deere kit. A lot more metric stuff in here. This is a box of, I did an engine rebuild on a 6.8 last summer, I think. And the engine kit comes with a bunch of like extra bolts, gaskets, zip ties with the little Christmas trees on them. So I figured all that was handy stuff, so I kept all that. There's a, this is a, for a, what is this again? For the DEF header, this is the filter kit, so I kept that. These are shocks. These are these shocks because these shocks wear out, so we have a whole bunch of those. My bolt bends and stuff are here. That's all pretty much the same, random parts there. Back behind here is my build an O-ring kit. That Loctite kit, it's back there for making your own O-ring. Okay, so I forgot, on top of the bolt bin, that is a metric Buna N O-ring kit. This is a standard Buna N O-ring kit. And then this is heat shrink tubing. There's another O-ring face kit. There is grease fittings. This is metric grease fittings. And then there is a air conditioning O-ring kit. So that's in there. So this is the welding cabinet. This is pretty much the same too, I think. I've moved a few things. So jumper cables, air arc, air gouge, whatever you want to call it, extension cord. This is like brazing rod and stuff, drill, the IR cordless grinder, the Ryobi grinder, which this thing's actually lasted. I just bought it because I needed a grinder really quick, and it's actually lasted pretty good. All the grinding and stuff and everything is here. Torching stuff, you know, torch head, cutting rosebud and all that stuff. Gouging rod is here. This is welding rod. And then I still have the Milwaukee bandsaw. The bandsaw stand is back there. This is the, I usually keep a case of water here, but as you can see, there's only a couple waters left. So this is silver and Deming bits all the way to 1 inch. Triangles, if I break down, that is hole saw kit. This is a roll of it's 2 wire for the JRB couplers. A lot of times you got to rewire them, so that's a whole roll of that. All right, so next to the welding cabinet, we have the torch bottle cabinet. So we have acetylene, oxygen. This is nitrogen with this is a Smitty built. I bought this on eBay. They use these for charging race car shocks, but I use it for charging accumulators and nitrogen testing AC systems and stuff. So it's just a JIC hose down to dash 4. And if you ever install wedge lock couplers, you'll see what that is. It's just an extra fit. It's just an extra hose that I had laying around. And then the torch hoses wrap up here on the door. But one thing that I was actually talking to the welder about this, and I'm not sure if this is right or not. Do I need safety caps on these? Anybody comment that? This cabinet is vented here, so I know this is for that, but some people say you need safety caps. Some people don't. I know, like the welder's truck, the bottles are out, so he does have them, but I think that since this is inside of a box, it does not need those. But somebody want to comment that? Let me know. All right, so passenger side, I found this hat holder. I've had this for a while. I can't exactly remember what the brand is, but it just goes on the sun visor and it keeps an extra hat. Hard hat, I mentioned that before. This little thing that I found. Same seats. This is my welding gloves and stuff. So I decided to move that here because these are actually new welding gloves, because my other ones got all messed up from being in the welding cabinet. I keep some coveralls here. There's a jacket. This is a welding jacket, and then my hat sits here. My sun hat sits there. So the trash can and the rags usually sit over here, but they kind of slid around. So I'm thinking about putting a pack out here like I mentioned, but I'm not sure if it'll fit, because all the videos I see show it being in a 4-door truck, not an extended cab truck. So if anybody has an idea if a pack out will fit here, let me know. Also, one thing too that I did just the other day, so these little brackets were actually in the glove box and I didn't know what they were for. And then I read the instructions. And so these doors will open all the way back 180 degrees. So I was afraid that the door, it actually happened a couple times where like I opened the door and then it kind of gets caught and it wants to pop back. So these brackets keep that from happening. So I put these on both sides, so I didn't want to scratch the door. So I keep a neck fan here, and then I keep an extra can of food, just in case, you know, need some food. But same liners and everything like I mentioned before, the Husky liners and all that. So that's pretty much it. One more little quick thing, the story about the flag. I keep getting a lot of questions about the flag. So we were on a job site. It wasn't an airport or anything, but they required all the machines to have these little flags. They had little magnetic bases on them every morning. I don't know why, but this one was broken and it was laying on the ground. And I was helping a truck driver. We had a 470 with a broken track. I was helping the truck driver load it and stuff. So this was just on the ground. So he stuck it here, and that's probably been a year and a half ago. And I kind of just left it. I don't I don't know why. I just left it and kept it there. I was actually thinking about getting like an American flag and putting there, maybe a slightly bigger one. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? All right, thanks for watching. You know, like, comment, subscribe, all the algorithm stuff would be much appreciated. Also, we're almost at 5,000 subscribers, so if anybody has a 5,000 subscriber giveaway or any ideas about anything like that, leave a comment, send me an email or whatever. Thank you.